Okay, there's one. Now, if I get exactly what I want, this will go right here. Hello and welcome. And yes, we will be having our way if this other one does go exactly where it's supposed to. And we are down to the last little bits with our ME-110. And this is the front antenna array that goes together. The other part's going to go right there. And we used CA glue, some super glue for that. And I thought about drilling a hole, and then it looked like it was going to sort of seed in there, that there was a bit of surface that it was going to go to. So I think we're going to be okay, because this one seems to be holding fairly good. And we have the other small component here that we've already got put together, and that's this piece. So that's going to get added on, and we have a couple more of these Y guys that are going to come out the side. So we got these two little dudes, and this other one here that's going to go on. So that's that. And then we had to do some augmenting here with this little guy. You can see there's a tab there. And we just had to whittle away and open up a little bit of a slot that's here in the canopy. And it's just going to fit right in there. And we have a little hole drilled in it for our thread. And I've got some just black normal thread. I don't have any of that fancy line that you can get, but I think the thread will work. So I want to get this antenna set in place, get this other antenna set in place, and I guess this front doodad sticking out here, and these little Y things sticking out the sides right here. Oh, sorry, can't really see with my hand, my big mitt in the way. My little things, these go on the side like that. And that sets us up, I think, for the grand reveal of our 110G. G. Yeah, it was a bit of a journey, but I really enjoyed it, and I think it turned out okay for the kit that it is. It's got a few flaws and a few mistakes that I've made, and we'll go through those after I get these little bits glued on. So when we come back, I'll have the desk cleared off, and we can get a really good look at her, and I'll flip her over, and I'll show you the spots that went wrong and the spots that went right, and we can celebrate the completion of another build. So bear with me, and I shall return. Okay, here we go. Last little part of the front antenna. Right, narg. Right here in the schnoz. You gonna fit in there, baby? Yep, there she goes. Try and keep it straight if I can. Definitely need one of those airplane holders. That's for sure. Okay, let's get this thing torqued straight. I want it going crisscross because that just looks better. I think it is supposed to be crisscross, but either way, that's the way it's going now. Okay, I think I can straighten this a bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Oop. Okay, there we go. Antenna array. Wang a fang a ding dang. That's a whole lot of fun, that is. Here we go. Wowzers. Woohoo. Okay, well, that's, I mean, we could touch up the paint stuff. I'm not worried about that, but we got her glued into place anyways. And it looks like that's working. Okay, so last thing left is our antenna up here. Okay, so we'll get that glued in there right now. And then the next is the lines. And I think Dare shall I think this time I mean it. It is, we are done. The final, I think. That will do her. So just the littlest bit. See on there. Keep this thread out of the way. And then I just want to tap this. Push this down into that slot. Nice. Right there. Come on now. Right there. Yeah. She's going to sit a little bit straight. That way. Just make sure she's going fairly straight. That looks pretty good. Okay, there we go. Now I can let that set for a little bit before we tug on it. But that should, we've got that tab in there, so we should be able to put a bit of pressure on that and get our lines pulled. Woohoo! I can feel it. Can you feel it? Woohoo! Okay, we'll come back with some lines on. I'll let this set for a minute. Then I'll get them tagged to either part back here. And we should have a finished plane. For all its faults and all its wizardry. Anyways, yeah, there she is. So let me get this tag together and we'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm just at this point right here where it kind of gives you at the top. I'm just going to, I'm not good enough to be, I guess you could make like a little tab. You could fabricate a little tab. To go there with a little hole drilled or something for it, like an actual shackle or something maybe, but I think for our first attempt we'll be happy if we can get this. So I need my Instaset, Zap-A-Gap stuff, whatever, Bob Smith Instaset accelerator. Now I'm just going to put a little dab of the CA glue right there. Oh boy, here we go. Now I'm just going to sort of, should I use tweezers? Probably, huh? Let's use our tweezers maybe. Now, I guess, now see, I get crossed over. Should have this over here. Set that right here. Okay, sorry about that. Now, what I want to do is I want to set that thread right on that glue. Grab it. We'll see in a second. Cloth here and just tab this off. Okay, now if I start to pull on this, oh look, oh boy, look at us go. Okay, now I just need a little dip there and we'll redo the same thing again. Okay, so I got my threads right here. I'll get my little Q-tip, my toothpick. I got the teeniest little bit of glue right here. Let's get a dot right where we want it. Right there. And now I want to get this pulled over. And now we need my accelerator. Sorry, got my big mitt right in the way there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to set it right on there. It's got it. Look at that, we did it. Wow, we did it. Awesome. I am so happy right now. That is so cool. Well, there you go. There's a modeler getting something for the first time. That was the first time ever. Yes! Ba-ba boom-ba. Check it out, y'all. Check it out, y'all. That is so ballin'. I like that. That looks so cool. And we just got to trim the excess. But definitely adds a lot to the look. Oh yeah, that looks so cool. Yeah, man, that looks way cool. What do you think, Athena dog? You think that looks cool? Oh, I think that looks super dope. That just adds a level of realism that I've never had before in any plane I've ever done. Oh yeah, okay, we're on to this now. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Okay, I'll trim the excess, and then we'll get her plunked. I'll get cleaned up here. Are you excited too? Whoa! And we can celebrate the completion of this kit. For all its faults, I really like it. And I'll show you all the things where I went wrong, and the things that we fixed, and the things that we had to put up with, and the things that we sorted, and the things we didn't quite sort. While we have some good fun. So yeah, I'll be right back. And there she is, our completed 132 REVELL BF-110G. And yeah, she is complete. She's got everything on. I fixed, she got a little repair there here on the bottom with her little antennas here. I added a couple antennas and I straightened this one out where it got sort of knocked around. And I did repair these wing lights here on the end where I was saying, oh look, the lights are red, and the busy builder was kind enough to remind me that those are lav lights, you dummy. One is red and one is green. So there we are. We changed it. We just soaked it in some Fantastic with ammonia, and that stripped off the red that we had on that lens, and we just did it in green and re-glued it into position, and there she is. So yeah, we did bugger up the nav lights. Fit and fiddle. We did fit and fiddle with this a bit to get her together. I think we did end up with a bit of a wang back here. This tail might have a bit of a twist to it, ever so slightly. So I don't think it's going to be really that noticeable when it's hanging up in the air. But we did a lot of weathering with the oils, and well, combination oils and enamels. And I think overall we were able to get a pretty neat finish on it. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's going to look really neat hanging up upstairs with the Spitfire over top coming down at it on an attack angle. But I was really, 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 really glad to get these lines on. I'd never done that before on a kit, and that was the first attempt for that, and it worked out perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome, and I'm really happy with her. Now, the things that I would have done maybe different. Let's see. I guess maybe I would have maybe drilled a couple more spots here for the landing gear. I did break the landing gear off the bottom once. You know, you can always re-glue that, but I did knock a couple things off. Oh, now the spinny propeller idea. So, we were unable to do the spinny propeller because we the piece that we had, it didn't actually have enough. These were deceptively larger, and when I tried to get both pieces out of the piece of plastic that was flat and didn't have any stickers stuck to it or wasn't damaged, it was too small. So I just went ahead and used the propellers. But I do have an idea, seeing as I still have some of that clear cellophane, is I am going to try to cut some sleeves. I'm going to see if I could cut some wedges, like some wedge-shaped pieces. I'll just use my caliper, and get the general length and size that I need. And just cut some wedges and see if I can make a sleeve that'll slide over top of each prop and maybe give it the illusion that they're blurred. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm willing to give it a try. So that's something I'm going to putter with while we're waiting for decals for our Spitfire, which is going to pose like overhead coming down at it. And I think the two are really going to complement each other really well. And once we get our decals, we can get the decals on this one, and then we can do the bit of weathering. Little bit of the exhaust coming out. We've got the manifolds to put in. There's a little bit of assembly. I think we're going to close up the wheelbase underneath on this one. And we'll see about what we can do as far as making the props look like they're moving, whether the sleeves are going to work or whether we can. Now, I can pop these off. These are just like kind of lightly glued, so I can pop this apart, this assembly for the props, and go with the spinning disc thing. And we'll see if that works. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, then we'll just leave it the way it is. But yeah, there's our 132 scale BF-110G, and I couldn't be happier, really. I mean, there's still spots where I could knit and pick, and there's lots of stuff with it that I could improve, and I think that's something that I'm gonna do, is just basically improve with each build. But I'm so glad that we were able to get the lines on and add that little bit of detail, and I really think that kind of really pushes it over the top. And we were able to get that, front array here together. I suppose now that it's glued on, I could go around with a little marker and just touch up here and there the, whatever, black or silver, touch it up. But and our gun barrels, we opened up our gun barrels. The one got a little funky, but it's still there. So yeah, I mean, for all of its faults, this kit is old, but I had a really good time building it. I really enjoyed it. Took me a little longer than maybe I thought originally, but we did have Easter and that in between, and there was a bit of a couple day break there that I took in between. But I think overall, with the exhaust and the different experiments and weathering and that we tried on this one, I think we can really say, I think I could say I'm happy with it. I like the way that it's got the mud and the dirt and dust that would have splashed up from the sides, and the damage, because we had that damaged decal. And I think that all sort of, works together. It's not a perfect model, but nothing is. Oh, and there was another little screw up by me. When I sprayed the matte coat, I had a piece of masking that fell out here, and this was the only piece that was still glued in, was this front part of the canopy. And it fell out, and it got misted in there. I was able to clean a lot of it out. I guess this looks like it's all fogged up from him hyperventilating, trying to get away from the Spitfire. But if you take your time, a kit like this could be a lot of fun. And I mean, I'm really happy with the way it came out, and I think you would be too if you spent some time with a kit like this, and just kind of get as good a fit as you can, and be happy. Just to be determined that you're going to be happy with what you've got, right? As long as you can get it together and all in one piece. But yeah, I think overall, give you kind of a look at the underside there. Here, I can flip her over, I guess, while we're still all together. And there's a look at the underside. Our domes and our antennas, our wheels. Yeah, I think hanging, it's going to be a really nice model to look at. I think it'll catch the eye. When friends come over and when I'm sitting up there, I think it'll be kind of cool. And I can always put on some Wagner and definitely bring the whole scene to life. So, anyways, in a long-winded way, that is our completed BF-110G by REVELL in 132 scale. And don't give up on these little kits. I think they're a lot of fun, and I'm definitely not going to dismiss them. I've got a few in my stash, and these are the kind of kits that you can kind of stumble upon that, they're relatively inexpensive when you can find them if they're in good shape and not totally twisted and bent. You can have a really good time. So, until next time, which I don't know what we're going to start next. We're in limbo on our knuckles, so I'm not really sure what I'm in the mood for. So, we're going to roll the dice and see what we come up with next. But until then, live, love, laugh, plan something for the future, because that's when I'll see ya. So, cheers. Bye. Before we go, a little extra bonus footage from the Heritage Con of the Lancaster. A few of you had mentioned interest in getting a peek at it, and I wasn't able to get a lot of footage. It was pretty busy, and they were doing a little bit of a expose. The guy was explaining some stuff about what they're doing to it, but they're working on it right now. You can see here in this next one, they had the wings sanded down, and they were going to town. They had a lot of work going on it. And I was able to get just this bit of footage. So I thought I'd just throw that in here so you could see it. And announce that we will be, for my birthday in May, we will be going up to the museum, and I will have a whole bunch of footage for you. So look for that coming up soon.